I'd like to announce the name of our new...
Resplendent.
Yeah, now we're talking! Yeah! Ow! Shh!
Yes, well, anyway. The new...
Resplendent is from Fire Emblem Fates.
Yes,
The one with white hair and red eyes.
he's right.
A name you all know. It starts with an...
C.
That's me!
Please welcome our new...
Resplendent. Male Corrin.
Yes! Yeah!
What? Greetings, warriors! My name's Pretty, and it's been a little bit of time since Corrin's Resplendent was released, so I apologize. This is late. June has been kind of a crazy month for me, and I'm recovering from that. And July's starting out interesting too. Let me just say that. But personal stuff aside, we get to talk about the newest Resplendent hero. If you haven't seen previous Resplendent reviews, next to me is the order of things that I talk about. If you want my personal opinion, skip to the last one, and you'll hear it there. Okay? Okay, let's pull up the Asker design aesthetic. I saw people saying that they would love to see me revamp this on a live stream. So I will be doing that eventually. I don't know when. So join the Discord and subscribe to know when that happens. Yeah. I'm doing YouTuber things, right? Apparently, it's super good for your channel when you remind people to subscribe at the beginning of videos, and I don't know, I just feel like that's a little weird. Maybe I should try it. I don't know. Anyways, okay, Asker design aesthetic. So, important things about Asker's designs are navy, lots of white, lots of gold, lots of heavy plated armor. That's all of the scales, like a dragon. Capes are important. Poofy sleeves. The belts are usually deep brown / accenting specific parts on their, tunics are really, really important. Oh my god, so many tunics. And finally, just white feathers. And now let's bring up this Corrin. While I'm sad it is male Corrin, I am happy that Corrin is at least getting some attention. Wish it was female Corrin. Female Corrin has worse art than male Corrin did. So, but let's break down his Resplendent attire. So, he's got more capes than I know what to do with, honestly. It's hard to see, but he has a skirt essentially, and he has so much cape. So much cape. I think he has the most amount of cape I have ever seen somebody have. So he checks that off pretty well. He also does keep in line with the color palette. He has the feathers, he has the poofy sleeves, he has the scale armor, and even he has the little swoosh behind his neck. Alphonse, Anna, and Sharina have that, and not a lot of Asker Resplendents do have that, so I like that touch. I think it's a very, very nice touch. My biggest gripe with his attire is his skirt, essentially. I'm not saying it's bad for guys to wear skirts. He can rock that skirt. My more concern is the theming with Asker. Yes, long fabric pieces like that can be worn in Asker, but typically they're very tunic leaning. So I think it would have been nice to see him in more of a tunic instead of a longer skirt, just to give more space for his insanely long cape to just have space. He has so much cape. How many yards of fabric must it be? So many yards. But overall, I think I'm gonna have to give him a nice 9 out of 10 for fitting into the design aesthetic of Asker. now we get to talk about the theming behind Asker and whether Corrin fits into it. So before we, read his personality off their Fire Emblem wiki, which I will be cutting down because, oh god, it's long. The key thing for Asker's theming is a sense of duty, sense of righteousness, kind of more of a big picture type of thing, Like instead of Nidavellir, which is, while it does have a sense of duty, it's a lot more smaller scale. Asker is a lot more grandiose, a lot more of like, I'm going to save the world type of aura. So if you haven't played Fates, skip to this timestamp down below to, skip anything, and I'm going to cut down this personality section so much because it's how many paragraphs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, with extra paragraphs for the 3 different games. That's so many. I'm gonna skip so much of this. Let's just go. Corrin is a kind person who cares deeply for the people they love, and they will come to the aid of anyone who should ask them for it, rapid-firing apologies if they do something to upset others, likely inheriting this habit from their father. Despite having been sheltered throughout their childhood, they are quite social and conversational, as well as persuasive to the point of convincing some enemy soldiers to join their cause. Aside from being unusually charismatic and attracting people to them, Corrin is also mentioned to have a way with animals, as it is said that the horses in the stables like them. As they spend the majority of their time growing up within the walls of the northern fortress, Corrin is still very curious about the outside world and quite eager to come across new sights. Corrin is often shown to be very curious and nosy about the members of their army and desires to make friends with their allies, even if they attempt to push them away. For the most part, the gender of Corrin does not impact their personality as a whole. However, the male is more laid back and sweet in his unique supports, while the female is peppier and feistier in hers. Corrin is also shown to have a tendency to oversleep intentionally. Corrin's most notable quirk, as noted by a number of members in their army, is that they are quick to trust individuals even when they are advised not to, likely due to them growing up and having no experience of the outside world. Corrin has a strong familial attachment to both the Norian and Hoshidan royal siblings. Regardless of their choice, they are reluctant to fight against either family whenever they are forced to face them. This also leads them to be extremely merciful and will always try to end a battle against them and their forces, causing as little casualties as possible, and will always spare their sibling. Even in the instance when Corrin refuses to pick a side, the thought of both families fighting each other are equally bad, and they hope that one day the two families will see eye to eye and become friends. So that's a quick recap of Corrin. A lot of people, so I get people not liking Corrin, but Corrin does have a personality, guys. Corrin is not just a blank slate. I promise you. Promise. But with that little blurb and the knowledge I do have from playing all of the routes, I think he does fit into Asker. Personally, I feel like he would fit a little bit more into Nithal, or maybe even being a light fairy, honestly, because he and female Corrin, obviously, because they're essentially the same person, just different gender. But they have strong familiar bonds with both sides of their family, and they are pretty innocent to the entire world, and familial bonds is a very Nifl thing, and innocence is very much a light fairy thing. So he does fit into Asker. He does have very much that sense of righteousness, the sense of wanting to have peace. And I just personally wish he would have been in one of the others. So,
You hear that, intelligence systems? Make female Corrin either a light fairy or a Nifl person. I'd be fine with a dark fairy too. I think that would fit as well. But please, for the love of everything that is good and pure in this world, give female Corrin a Resplendent.
thank you. So I'm gonna give him a solid, like, 8 out of 10 for fitting into Asker. Not, 100% perfect, because there are some others that would fit him better, but he does fit. And now my personal opinions. I think the design is beautiful. The design is wonderful. It fits so well, and just the art, man. Like, Corrin's little that face Corrin has on is beautiful. I love it. It's just so, like, cocky, but, like, confident, and just also so kind, and it's great. My problems with the art come from his posing. Like, I think it's the posing of having the cape and having the skirt at the same time, because the cape just adds so much volume, and I'm assuming that when artists are hired to do Resplendence, they are told to keep it within certain dimensions, to have the main focus be in certain dimensions, because, it's a mobile game, so they gotta focus on the mobile section. It just feels like, with how he's posing, the cape shouldn't be coming inward, it should be continuing outward, but it is coming inward. And I assume that's just a restriction on the artist's part. I just don't like how awkward it feels. I wish maybe even, like, it was pushed coming forward and then back around, but it just kind of creates a circle silhouette, and I don't know, it just feels like it could have been done better. The special art, did you guys notice the little water reflection in his cape? Did you see that? If you didn't, look at it again. See it and believe it. Other than that, I really do like adding the water element. I don't like the lightning/wind effect that is going on. It just doesn't feel like it flows all together. It just kind of feels like he has a platform and he's going Super Saiyan, and his clothes aren't moving in correlation with his Super Saiyan-ness. Everything else, like his damaged art, looks great. I love how they pose the cape on this one, because, like, that cape is just impossible to freaking pose because there's so much fabric. So much fabric. So I really do appreciate the art. I think it's an upgrade, a slight upgrade, because, like, base Corrin's art was nice. It was nice. Not the best, but it was nice. I definitely will be using this Resplendent. And I've been meaning to build male Corrin, so now that he has more stats, might just have to do that sooner when I have more feathers and stuff. So I think I'm gonna give him just a 7 out of 10. Like, it's not the most amazing one, but it's not the worst. Now, as usual, let's put him on my tier list, which I will reorganize someday. I think I should just make a video reorganizing it, honestly. Except that's a lot of work for editing. That's why I stopped doing the tier maker videos. It was just so much work for editing and not enough payout. So, like, yeah. Alright, where to put him? I definitely like him more than Carla, who just came out. I like him more than Cordelia. Do I like him more than Reinhardt? No. Yeah, he's gonna go in between Lucas and Reinhardt. Upper B tier, he's very, very good. Not as amazing as, like, other characters, but really, really good. So, what do you think about, Asker Corrin? Are you sad like me that it wasn't female Corrin? Because I need her to have a Resplendent, guys. I love female Corrin and I love Olivia, and both of them, in my opinion, have some of the least favorable art in FEH, and it's a crime that they are not getting attention. Let me know your thoughts down below, and thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. Keep fighting your battles, and I will see you guys next time. Toodaloo!